Hi, Kim.
Hi,
Rose.
Back. Thank you.
How have you been? I know it's been a while since we've seen each other. Did you survive the snow and everything?
Yeah, I did. It was kind of brutal, but we managed.
I'm sorry we weren't able to meet up and talk before that. So, how have you been, though, since what's new? I know last time we talked, I guess we can kind of talk about what we did talk about, was how things were going with looking for your job, how things were going at home since you haven't had a job for a little bit, and just trying to work through your relationship with your mom. We made plans for you just to kind of think about the times that were kind of bothering you and working towards trying to get along with your mom a little better. Watching, you getting angry and, maybe thinking things through, and then also looking for a job that was compatible with what you really needed. I remember talking about how you needed to find a job that was closer to home, and also a job that maybe had less people interaction, so that you didn't have to be so worried about other people and having to confront with them or anything like that. So that's where we were, from the last session. So can you tell me anything that's new? What's going on?
Well, yeah, I did get a job.
Oh, wow, congratulations. That's great.
Thank you. I get my first paycheck this Friday, so I'm really anxiously waiting on that.
Great. That's really great.
Yeah, so
congratulations.
Thank you.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It'd be nice to have that extra money.
Yeah, I bet. So what's this new job? Can you tell me about it?
Sure. I'm stocking at Kroger's.
Oh, okay.
Third shift.
Okay.
So there's not a whole lot of people in the store. I don't have to work the cash register and deal with people coming in with attitudes. There's few people working in the stock room. So far I like it.
That's great. That's really great. Wow. Well, congratulations again on getting that job. You've been working towards that for a while, so that's really exciting. And it does sound like you were saying that getting the check means a lot to you, and it's great. So it sounds like you're not working with people, and that's better too. So you're not getting any confrontations or anything like that. How about things at home? How are those things going?
They've gotten better. I mean, with me having the job, it kind of gets me out of the house, and then I sleep, during the day, because once I get off work, I sleep while my kid's at school, so I don't have to deal with my mom 24/7.
That's right, yeah.
That's been a relief. And, she knows that I've got this check coming on Friday, so I'm going to be able to help her, with the utilities and groceries. And, working at Kroger, I get a little employee discount, so that's going to help out. So.
Yeah. I remember you saying that it was really important to be able to kind of stick up for yourself and to be able to support yourself and your family. And, the last times we met, you were really talking about how it was really important to, like you said, stick up for yourself and be able to, I think that you said that would help your relationship with your mom. I remember you just saying that was really important to you. So that's really great. So describe with your mom, how are things going? You're not around as much?
I'm not around as much, so there's less time for her to kind of get on my nerves and pick at me. And with her knowing that I do have a job, there will be money coming in, I don't seem to be a freeloader. So that kind of helps. And, we've had some good times. I actually, we cooked a meal the other day together, which we hadn't done that in a long time, but it was actually fun. We got out the recipe book, and, we used to do that a lot as kids.
Yeah, I remember you saying that from last time. That's great.
Yeah, so things are a lot better at home.
That's really great. So it definitely sounds like having a job maybe has given you a sense of being able to contribute, and even a sense of, sometimes even keeping busy always helps us to be able to get back home and be able to, again, contribute to what we can do and everything. And that's great with the, you said earlier about getting a little off of the cost for at Kroger, a little discount. That's really exciting too. That's great. And how about things with your kids? How are those going? We haven't talked too much about that in our session. I've always kind of wondered how you get along with your kids and how that goes with your mom, and now you got a job, so how is that going for you?
I have no problem with the kids. We kind of stay downstairs in the basement away from everybody, and we have our own time. So, they're in school. So working third shift, you know, I sleep while they're in school. When I get off work, you know, I go to bed, and so I don't know. It's working out okay so far.
That's really good. That's really good to know. Okay. So, you know, now that it's so great that you've gotten a job at this point, and now that you kind of have that, you know, it's set in stone right now. Before, we couldn't really talk about the job affecting your anger, because we talked about it in the past. And so with that experience, how are you looking towards keeping this job? Because I know that's important to be able to keep a job.
Right. Well, I really want to stay with Kroger's because, you know, they've got good benefits and health insurance. I'm not yet a full-time employee, but they said, you know, when the position comes available, I might be able to pick up more hours. So, you know, this is probably one of the better jobs that I've had. So I really want to try to keep this job, you know, hoping that it leads to something bigger and better in the future.
So it sounds like you are thinking about long-term now. It's not so much immediate or anything like that. That's really great.
Right. Yeah, because I would like to be able to save up. You know, it's going to be hard right now because I'm trying to help Mom out. But I would like to eventually get my own apartment for me and the kids. So that's something that I want to look towards in the future.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like you are thinking about it. That's really great. And planning ahead is a great thing to be doing. I know that even when you were looking for the job, you were always kind of thinking about the future. And it sounds like that is very important to you, to always have that sight on what's coming and to always be prepared. So it really sounds like you're working on that. So at work, you know, I know in the past the reason that you have lost your job is because of getting angry, or I guess we could call it showing your anger. I don't know the exact words to use, but do you see, how are things going at work in regards to that, getting along with coworkers and supervisors?
So far it's been okay. I haven't had any clash of personalities with other employees, but there's fewer of us working, so that kind of works out to my advantage. And, you know, as long as they make the schedule out and I don't feel like I'm being, you know, taken advantage of or not given a fair chance like everyone else, I don't see there being a problem.
Okay, good. So as long as they're kind of treating you fairly, and they're talking to you kindly, I know that was a problem in the past, and they're working with you as an employee, things will probably last longer this time, you think? Right. Great.
I mean, you know, as long as they show me respect, I show them respect. It's when I feel like, you know, they're belittling me or just taking advantage of me and don't really care, you know, about, you know, my issues or why I need a day off for my kids. You know, that's when I get a little upset.
Because your family is very important to you, and obviously planning ahead is very important to you too, so you need to know when things are going to be working out for you.
Right.
Okay. So how about, though, with your supervisor? I know there hasn't been any clashing because obviously working with other people hasn't worked so well in the past, so right now you're not working so much with other people. And it sounds like you also like the job, which makes a big difference too. I know in the past you didn't exactly like the jobs. So let's say you did have an event that happened at the work now, so now that you actually are there, where they did have to cut your hours, or maybe they had to ask you to do hours that didn't work for you. How do you see yourself managing that situation?
Well, I think this time around there's a difference because I know I really need to stay at this job because, you know, it's better, it pays better, it's got better benefits than the places I've been in the past. So I know I need to be a little bit more flexible. So that I don't tick off management or the supervisor and lose my job.
Okay. All right. That's great. So it sounds like it's more important to you to keep the job because of what it offers at this point.
Right, because I sure don't want to be stuck in the house with my mom 24/7 again. That was horrible.
Right. Okay. So having a job has a lot of benefits, obviously.
Right.
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. So, and how about with your mom, looking towards the future? It sounds like you said you wanted to, you know, move out eventually. In the meantime, though, you cooked with your mom a couple days ago, which is great. How do you see it changing, or continuing to get better, I guess? Not changing, but continuing to get better with your mom at home?
Well, I think as long as I stay employed and stay out of the house and give her less things to pick on me about, that's going to be a positive. And knowing that I do have a job and I do have money and I can help her with the utilities and with groceries, I don't think she's going to feel so resentful by having me. I just feel like, she's not going to have a chip on her shoulder like she has had. So I don't feel like a freeloader. I feel better knowing that, I can contribute. So I think that's going to make the relationship stay where it's at.
Okay, all right, that's great. It's really good that you can see it that way. That you can kind of, in some way, separate the problems from the reality and that kind of stuff. Because sometimes it is the reality. All right, so, I know that our time is almost coming to an end here. So I think what's really important is to really notice how you have really come to see how things can be better within your job and at home when you are focusing on what you want, especially on your values, which is being able to contribute and also being able to have that sense of, I'm trying to think of the word that you use a lot, making sure that you are kind of protecting yourself in your workplace, making sure that things are fair for you. Those things are very important to you. So I think it's great, to keep your mind on that as you continue to go through your work and working with your mom at home. I think that'll really help you at the end of the day. So I think it's really have done a great job so far. I really see improvement.
Well, thank you.
So congratulations on that, especially with the job.
Thank you.
So I guess we'll be meeting one more time.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I think, what do you want to do in the next week?
Oh, goodness, in the next week. Well, this paycheck's already spent.
Okay.
Because, I really feel like I need to give extra to Mom since, I haven't been able to contribute for the past few months. So a majority of my paycheck is going to her.
Okay.
I would like to go out and just splurge on myself for something, I don't know what, maybe a movie or, I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Just a little bit of something for yourself?
Yeah,
right.
I think that would make me feel good.
That's good, as long as you're taking care of those things, like you said, that you say you want to take care of what's at home, so that's great. Well, I hope you enjoy it then.
Well, thank you.
And I guess we'll see you in a week.
Okay.